Tweeting out the link. Okay. Let me get it up on my phone here. Jenny, what are you... Jenny's under the desk. She's like in the way. Okay. Hey! So as usual, I'm going to make this thumbnail really quick, and we will get started. So, let's do it. Oh yeah, so here's the deal. This is my new art on like my channel and everything else. I think it looks great. I made the art, but my graphic designer made all of the logos. So she made all of these logos here, and she was actually gone for a little bit because of some things going on in her country, and she was unable to access Fiverr, which is where I use her. So this logo here was actually done by somebody else. I placed this order the day before she came back to Fiverr, and I was like, I wish I waited. But it looks great. I mean, to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite ones, is the Secrets and Struggles one. So, yeah, this is Secrets and Struggles. This is just Despoto Films. This is anything, just my channel, like, you know, updates, stuff like that. This is sort of like me, and then this is my film stuff, and then this is for Secrets and Struggles, this is for Raw Talk, and then this is for the Revisited series, where I, you know, go back to a film that I made at least 6 months ago or more than that, and I just talk about it and see what my opinions are now. So this is it. This is it. It's very cool. All the thumbnails are done. I have thumbnail templates and all that. I don't know what I'm doing. Hang on. I'm trying to go here. So yeah, it's going well. So PSD Raw Talk. Bum, 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 bum. Companies entering July 1st. Steven, that's funny. Honestly, like, the thing about Pride and companies is, you know, that there's some companies that actually don't care, but that know they're going to sell a lot of stuff. But at the same time, you can't give them flack for it because they are being supportive. It's just like their motives, I don't think, are always that pure. But, you know, I rather companies sell, like, have a Pride line and speak out about Pride, and do it for like selfish reasons than have them not do it at all. I mean, I don't know. If I had to take one over the other, I would take that. Why is the internet not opening? Open. I need a picture. Need a picture for this thumbnail, because right now I bet it looks mad ugly. I bet it's like a horrible freeze frame of me. Why isn't it opening? This is annoying. There we go. Alright. I don't know what picture I'm getting. I'm just typing Pride Parade. Not that anyone will know if it's the 2019 one or not, but I like this one. Yeah, I'll do that other one. So, this one. So, I went to the Pride Parade. I'm going to talk about that. Peace. What's up, Steven? What up? I went to the Pride Parade. I have a lot of things to say about it. It was amazing, first of all. Really a fun time. I recommend, if anyone is ever in New York City for Pride, to hit up the Pride Parade, because it's really a fun time. And I mean, I know this year being the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots and sort of the start of this whole gay rights movement, it was a bigger sort of deal this year, I think, than other years. But I mean, they always have this parade, and It was just really, really fun. And, even if you're not in the New York City area, there's pride parades all over. And I'm sure there's one by where you live. I recommend everybody go. It's so cool. And it restores your faith in humanity. I mean, really, it just does. Okay. Nope. Boom. You can go bye-bye. Yes, let me just put this thumbnail up, and then I'll start my spiel. I'll start talking. Yeah, Mr. Beast just uploaded that video. I want to watch that, but I can't because I went live. Oh well. Spiel. I like something. It's not stuck in my tooth. It's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Where'd I put it? Oh yeah, I put it here. Sometimes I forget that I organized this and I'm still like looking around for something and I'm like, where did I put this? Forgetting that I have a system now. Alright. Should be good. So, let's talk. Went to the Pride Parade. Really fun time. The highlight of the day for me, well, let me go over. So basically, if you're in New York City during the Pride Parade and you're not there for Pride, you're going to want to kill yourself. Because they close off basically 5th Ave, 6th Ave, and 7th Ave, and then the streets as well. So if you're driving in the city especially, you're going to have to pretty much go around the entire city just to get like 2 blocks like that way. It's crazy. But even if you're walking, they still close it off because there's a giant parade going down the center of the city. So you can't cross. You can only cross like every 10 blocks or so. They have like designated crossing spots where they stop the parade for like a minute and then you can cross. And then if you don't cross in that period, then there's going to be like 20 minutes until you can cross again. So, and there's mobs of people, right? So you're not waiting at the corner. If you're lucky, you are, but for the most part, you're waiting like all the way at the back of the line to cross. So most of the time, like it took me like an hour to cross the street, just to cross one street, to make it like 100 feet. It's crazy. It's mayhem. So definitely, if you're not interested in going to Pride, or if you're going to the city for some other reason, don't go the day of the Pride Parade because it's just absolutely mayhem. And I can't imagine, and it's like in the heart of Manhattan, so if you go into the city for some entertainment purpose, you're probably going to be affected by it. It's not like pushed in the back corner of Brooklyn, it's like in the middle of everything else that's going on. So you get to the city, and I went with my mom, and it took us forever just to find the parade. You don't just walk up to the parade and then you sit there and then you watch. You have to maneuver your way around, and there's cops the cops are absolutely flooding the city on Pride Day. They are absolutely everywhere. They're at every intersection, helping people cross and helping direct traffic and stuff like that. And we walked, we got off at the Port Authority, which is on like 40th Street, and the parade we were trying to get to 23rd Street, and on 7th Ave, right? So the Port Authority is on 8th Ave, so we got to go over to 7th and then down to 23rd. And we start walking, we get to like 7th, and then we're going down. We're at like 30 something street, and then we're like, we asked the cop, we're like, how do we get to like 23rd? Like it was at the point where we had to cross. He's like, oh, you got to go all the way back that way to 34th Street. And then you got to cross at 34th. And we were on like 30th maybe, so it wasn't that bad, but we had to go 4 blocks back. And it's a maze, dude. I mean, you really feel like a rat in a maze. It's absolutely insane. It's absolute insanity. But finally, we get to the parade, and, you sort of just have to find a place to stand and then stop there. Because, there's no way to plan where you're going to watch it. It's just wherever you wind up finding the parade, then you just stop in that spot and then you just watch it. That's what we did. And so I have a lot of pictures. I'm going to put out an Instagram post about it. I haven't got around to it yet because I'm going to talk again about later what happened that day with me. It was horrible. And I just haven't had a chance to go. I have like 300 pictures from Pride, so I have to go through them and pick out like 10 of them to post on Instagram. But I also have some videos. But it's really fun. It's really cool. And, you know, with all the homophobia and bigotry going on, it's cool to be in a place where there's just a bunch of just love and support. It's so cool. But what comes with that is also hatred and bigotry. Because there was a group, and I'm sure there's more than one group, but I encountered where I was standing, there was a group of anti-gay protesters who had signs that said like homos deserve AIDS and like, you know, basically you deserve to die, and they're saying that if Trump doesn't, you know, ban gay marriage, that he's going to go to hell, and that they want gay marriage banned, and just awful viewpoints, right? Viewpoints that I just disagree with in every possible way. And people are getting angry because it's a very small group. I hate to tell them they were a bit outnumbered, okay? There's millions of people for Pride, and there's about 10 of these people. But there's a very small group. They have their signs, and they have a megaphone, and they're just spewing hatred and out of their mouths. And the police at one point, I mean, they noticed this going on, right? And obviously the people who are part of the parade, who are there to support LGBT, they're not going to let that go. So now you have two separate groups. You have the group of protesters, the anti-protesters, anti-gay protesters. We'll call them bigots. So you have the group of bigots, and then you have the group of good people. And now they're kind of clashing, right? It was funny, like the all like the people from the parade would come over and start like stripping in front of them, and to some degree maybe that's a little inappropriate, but it was funny as hell, and I loved every second of it. So the police now have to make sure that no violence breaks out. They're not going to wait for violence to break out to stop it. They want to prevent it ahead of time, and there's a lot of protesters like this in the news. There's a lot of protests that go on where violence does break out. So it's their job to make sure that doesn't happen. So now they have to come over and protect the group of bigots. And so now people are mad. They're like, why are you protecting them? And what I have to say about that is, look, their viewpoints are bad and disgusting, but it's freedom of speech. Like, technically, they're not doing anything wrong. Like, they have a constitutional right to have their own little protest and to have their signs and to have their megaphone. They have the right. It's in the Constitution. I know we disagree with them. I know they're bad people, and I know their views are disgusting. But you can't be mad that they have the right to do it. I mean, we have the right to speak out about our love and support. They technically have the right to talk about their hateful views. I mean, they have the right in the Constitution. It's America. They can do that. First Amendment. And so, and you know, also it's like the police, like, if they're not really doing anything wrong, like, it's the cops' jobs to make sure that there's peace and no violence. It doesn't mean that the police support this group, but it's their job to protect them. You know, the police don't get to pick and choose, right? They're just doing their job. And so people are getting mad about that. I was like, listen, I get it. And I'm not saying that you can't be angry about it, but you can't expect otherwise either. Like, you have to know that, like, this is just how things are going to be. I mean, this is how America works, you know? But, you know, so like I said, all the people from the parade would come over and, like, strip in front of them, and then they would start, like, shouting back and forth and you know, saying all these things, and basically start, like, verbally fighting. No punches were thrown, nothing physical broke out. Thank God. But I started to realize that it wasn't really productive. That you know, stripping in front of them and yelling at them, while it might make you feel better, isn't going to create change. And so I was thinking, I was like, well, what can we do here to at least try to find common ground, right? And so I wanted to go up and talk to one of them. And but I realized that people are taking pictures of this group and video of this group, and I had this pin on here, but you're not going to see that in a picture, and I was just otherwise in a normal outfit, like a red shirt and like shorts, you know? You wouldn't be able to tell if I was like part of the Pride Parade or part of the group of bigots. And obviously if I'm caught in a picture, I don't want people to think that I'm part of them. So I said, okay, if I go up and talk to them, I need to at least make it clear to people, pictures aside, just people who are there, I need to make it clear that I'm not part of this group. So I needed to go find a pride flag. I was like, if I have a pride flag and I hold it up when I'm talking to them, then cool. You know, like the little ones, the small ones. And so I go around and I find someone who has like 25,000 flags attached to their body. I go, you selling pride flags? She goes, yeah, for $1. So I said, okay, hey, I'll be right back. So I go to my mom. I'm like, do you have a dollar bill? I don't have any cash on me. So she's like, here's $1. So I go, I buy the flag, and then I go back over. And it took me a little bit, you know, I stood to the side of the group and I thought about, is this worth it? Because, like, are they going to listen to me? But I said, it's not about if they're going to listen or not. It's about just trying, you know, and making an effort. So eventually, you know, after like 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. So the leader of the group is like this like hillbilly looking guy with the megaphone standing on like a cardboard box or whatever. Like he's on like this stage, you know, like a milk crate or something. And at one point he says, okay, I'm going to let this woman speak now. There's a woman that's part of the group who was holding up a sign that said women belong in the kitchen. Like, what do you do? Like, first of all, no, they don't. And second of all, you're a woman yourself. You believe that you just belong in the kitchen. And if you believe that, then why the hell are you in the street on this? Shouldn't you be in the kitchen if that's what you believe? I don't believe it, but you're the one saying it, and yet you're here. So I just contradictory all around. But anyway, so then she gets up and she takes the megaphone and she starts to speak. So now like the leader of the group, or who appeared to be the leader of the group, is now just standing to the side. So I said, I'm going to talk to this guy. So I go up and I have the pride flag. And I say, excuse me. And he says, so he doesn't know that I'm straight, right? He assumes I'm gay. So he says, no, you can stop there. Don't walk any closer to me. Like, he didn't even want to be, like, within 5 feet from a gay person. And I was expecting him to, I don't know what I was expecting. I thought he would at least be civil about it, but I guess that was just such a bad way to think. I guess I shouldn't have expected that. But it wasn't a bad way to think. It was just unreasonable of me to believe that, I guess. But I said, can I, like, talk to you? And now a cop is coming over because she sees, like, two people that she's afraid we're going to start fighting, right? So she comes over, she's like, guys, just, like, separate, you know? And I said, I just want to talk. I said, I'm not looking to, I just want to talk to him. We're people, and I just want to talk. I just want to have a conversation. So she says, okay, and she walked away. And so I said, can I talk to you, to the guy? And he says, you know, I guess, whatever. He wouldn't even look me in the eye. And I said, I just want to know what your viewpoint is. I want to hear your opinions and why you believe what you believe. Right? Because even if I can't change his opinion, I at least want to understand it. Like, I want to see if there's anything in what he's saying that I can take and maybe influence him to think in my way, right? I want this to be a productive thing. So I'm talking to him, and so I said, I just want to hear your viewpoint, and he says, my viewpoint is that, like, you all should die, right? And he thinks I'm gay still, so he's talking, so when he says, like, you should die, he's talking to the gay community, which he assumed I was a part of. So he's, like, telling me to my face I should die. So he's saying, like, you all should die, your lifestyle is disgusting, I'm repulsed by it. He's not, and keep in mind, he's not talking like I'm talking now. He's not like, listen, I don't like your lifestyle. I mean, honestly, I think if you're gay that you should die. He wasn't saying it like that. He was saying, like, just shouting. He was like, no, you're disgusting. Your lifestyle is gross. You should go kill yourself. You know, like, just, he's so filled with rage, and I don't understand why. Like, why are you so mad? You know? But he was just clearly not going to listen to me. And I talked to him for about, like, 30 seconds, and then the police came over and grabbed him, and they said, listen, like, you guys can do this. Like, you can have your group and your protest, but you can't be here. You have to just move, like, over there to do it. And I don't know why. It was unclear to me why they had to move, but they said, okay, we're going to go to the corner then, which was closer to the parade. It was pretty much, like, 50 feet from the parade as opposed to, like, 400 feet from the parade. They got significantly closer. So, and the cop said, yeah, you can move there. Again, I don't know why they had to move, what was wrong with the spot they were in. They were in the middle of the street, but the street was closed off, so I don't know, but maybe that's something to do with that. So, because now they're on the sidewalk, on the corner. So now they're standing there. But before they move, right, so now that guy's like, he doesn't pay attention to me anymore. He's leaving and he's like moving their group. But in that whole transition process, I look over and I see another guy, because I wasn't done. I wasn't spending 30 seconds. I wasn't going to give up. So then I go to another guy, and he doesn't have any sign or anything. So before I accused him of being a part of this, I just said, hey, are you a part of this group? And he said, mm-hmm. He said, like, yeah. And clearly in his voice, it was like, why are you talking to me? It was like, yeah, I'm part of this. And so I said, can I talk to you? And he said, he won't look at me. They will not make eye contact with a gay person. Like, what, like, are you afraid if you look them in the eye, you're gonna, like, melt or turn to stone? Like, what is this, like, Medusa? Like, I don't understand what's going on. So, like, I am repulsed by these people, right? These people are gross, but I can look them in the eye. Like, imagine being so repulsed by someone that you can't even look them in the eye. That you can't even look at them, that you don't even want to stand anywhere close to them. Imagine being that repulsed by someone. There's very few people that I would be that repulsed by. And it certainly wouldn't be because of their lifestyle choice. Okay, unless their lifestyle choice was like cannibalism. I really can't think of anything else. So, but he's like, and at first he was refusing to talk. He's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. But I said, listen, I just want to talk. Like, I just want to have a conversation. So then he's like, all right, fine. Like, what's your question? What's your question? As he's looking this way, right? What's your question? What? He's not looking at me. So then I said, I just want to understand what your viewpoint is. And again, he assumes I'm gay. So he says, I think that your way of living is disgraceful. And, like, you all should honestly die for this. Like, you're not, like, you don't deserve to live. And all these things. And these aren't exact quotes, but he said things in this ballpark, right? Like, these are the viewpoints he was saying, maybe not in these exact words, but it was just as awful, right? He said that we should die, that gay people should die. He said that our lifestyle is disgusting, or gay people's lifestyles are disgusting, so he said all these things. And so, I asked him, I said, and then when I told him, I said, well, I'm not gay. And he said, well, then why are you here? And I said, well, I'm supportive of the community, and like, they have my love, and I'm here to support them. And he said, do you masturbate? And I said, yeah, I do. I wasn't going to lie. I said, yeah, sure. I'm a guy with the sex drive. Of course I do. He said, well, that's why you're here. And I'm like, what does masturbation have to do with being gay? And then when I was talking to a friend about it, she said, she was like, well, because there's this whole argument that, like, if you masturbate and you're a guy, that technically, like, you're like, you're doing it to yourself, right? Like, are you like having sexual activities with a guy? Because you're a guy. So if you have sexual activities with yourself, then does that make you gay? And I think that is what he meant. Because at first I thought, because they're very religious, and they're not religious, but they claim to be. And I thought that since masturbation is a sin, that maybe they were talking about that they didn't, that since masturbation's a sin or whatever. But no, they were like, my friend pointed that out, and I was like, that's probably it. That's probably what he meant. Or maybe it was a combination of both. I don't know. But, so he was like, well, that's why you're here. He's like, you're disgusting too. Like, you should die too. You should die just for masturbating. I can't imagine a world where that... So, I keep talking to him, and to be quite honest, I don't remember everything that I said and everything that he said, but I remained civil the entire time. I'm talking just like I am now. It took a lot, I'm not going to lie. Like, like, I wanted so deeply to just give him everything I had and to just be forceful with my words. I didn't want to attack him. I just, like, physically, but I wanted to attack him verbally. I wanted to just, really just go all out and just say, like, why do you feel the need to be here, to ruin this for everyone else? Like, I just wanted to go at it. But something came over me that kept me civil. Like, I never considered doing that. there was a part of me that was just like, listen, just stay calm, like you got this, and so it was, I was civil the entire time. They were not. I mean, they didn't. They weren't physical, but they were. You know, their tone of voice was aggressive, um, and they were very close-minded on not on anything we didn't already know. We know they're close-minded people, but I think they're even more close-minded than I expected them to be. I thought at least they would talk to me, right? At least they would have a conversation. Even I didn't expect to change their minds, right? Of course, that's like the goal. Like that would have been great, but I didn't actually expect it to happen. I just wanted to try and make an effort. And but no, these people were they were not. And I said, well, with all due respect, I think you're being a little close-minded, and I just encourage you to be a little bit more open-minded. And he said, you guys are the closed-minded ones. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't see it that way. Um, but the gist of it is we just had, I tried to have a conversation with him, and he wasn't buying it. He wasn't listening. And so at the end of it, I didn't change his mind or anything, but I went to shake his hand. I said, like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I know I'm not going to change your mind, but I just want to encourage you to be open-minded going forward. And he said, I'm not shaking your hand. And I was like, I just want to shake your hand. That's all. And he said, like, you masturbate. I'm not touching you. Like, you just said you masturbate. Why am I going to touch your hand? I'm not shaking your hand. So I said, okay. I said, well, I'm sorry that you're not going to listen, but I encourage you to be open-minded going forward. Have a good day. I said, have a good day. And then as I walked away, and then he's like, yeah, you can have a horrible day. Like, just imagine. So, look, we're allowed to disagree in this country and around the world. And I know his viewpoints are disgusting. All of their viewpoints are disgusting. Everyone in that group of bigots. But if he had a civil conversation and was like just saying calmly why he believed what he believed, I would still be like, all right, I vehemently disagree with you, but you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and that's just, sadly, that's how it's going to go. I'm not going to be able to change your mind. And I would have accepted that. But, and I don't get me wrong, their viewpoints in my mind, they make them bad people. But if you want to argue that, hey, listen, that's just their opinion, blah, 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 they're not bad for it. If you want to have that argument, I will counter that argument with, viewpoints aside, they're just bad people. They won't shake your hand. They don't even want to look you in the eye. They don't even want you to stand next to them. They want nothing to do with you. They want you, if you're gay or if you masturbate, they want you to die. They want you to be dead. Like, they want you to kill yourself. These are horrible people. Viewpoints, for sure, but besides that, just the way they are as human beings, they're terrible, terrible, terrible people. And to look in the eye of hatred and bigotry and discrimination, I was looking in the eye of pure evil. I really was. These were the scum of the earth. And it just made me realize how bad it must be for people who are gay. Imagine I was gay and he's telling me I should die for masturbating. But look, I mean, I can put that aside, right? Masturbation I don't care, right? But if I was being told to die for my identity, for who I was born as, then imagine having to go through that on a daily, weekly basis. Your entire life. Imagine having to suffer through that. I got a taste of it, but it didn't affect me because I wasn't gay and he wasn't attacking my identity. But imagine I was gay. I cannot imagine how awful it must be to have to endure that. And I just want to say I'm so sorry to anyone who's part of the LGBTQ plus community that has to go through this. Whether it's every day or even just once in your life. I can't imagine what it's like, but you have my support, you have my love. And if you ever need to reach out to someone, if you're ever just having an awful day, reach out to me, reach out to anyone. I'm proud to be an ally to you and to the community as a whole. And I'm just very sorry that you have to go through this. It sucks. But keep your head up, keep your chin up, because, I love you the way you are. You're great the way you are. You were born that way. You're not making any evil choice. You're not a sinner. You shouldn't die. You should celebrate who you are. And so I just want to say that, to anyone who is attacked, it's hard, but just move on, just try to just walk past them and just live your life and live your truth. And I want to say to anyone who's just an ally, such as myself, you know, don't you don't need to attack these bigots, because what that's going to do is nothing. Okay? It's not going to be productive. And I know 99% of them are not going to change their minds, and they're very firm in their beliefs. But what we can do is try. Because picture there's just one person that we change the mind of. Then that's one less person who might attack a gay person. Even if it's just one. And if it takes 100,000 people to talk to before you get that one person who you can get through to, that's still worth it to me. Because that's one person that wouldn't have changed their mind if you hadn't talked to them. And it's unlikely, I admit. It's not probably going to happen. But we can try. We can make the effort. And I know it's hard to remain civil when you're looking in the eye of evil and hate and the physical form of just hatred. I know it's hard. But talk to them like people and just try to have a conversation like I did. And I think that's the most productive way to move forward. And I'm not going to blame you if you really can't do that. If you say, listen, if I go up to them, I'm going to just start yelling and screaming, and it's not going to end well. And if you know that, then I recommend just don't engage at all. Just go your separate ways and just let them go. Because we don't need any more fighting and argument, and argumentative behavior in this country right now. We need to return to a time of civility. And I know it's hard to remain civil, but like I said, we need to just always be conscious of what we are contributing to the conversation. And we don't want to contribute more anger. We don't want to contribute more violence, or aggressiveness. We need to try to have civil debates again. And again, it might not be effective all the time, but we can try. And I encourage everyone to try. I'm not excusing any of their viewpoints, of the bigots' viewpoints. I'm not saying that they're good people. They're bad people. And I guess that's my opinion, but I also don't think it's up for debate. I just think they're bad people. And, especially when they don't even want to look you in the eye. These were like the extremes of the extreme. The only thing missing was them actually throwing punches or using tear gas or shooting people. And this stuff happens, okay? People get shot and killed for being gay. People get hung, in their neighborhoods for being gay. Like, people have violence thrown their way. That does happen, and that's the most extreme case. But this was just one step below that. And it's a pretty big step. I don't want to, say, oh, just because it didn't, whatever. I acknowledge that's a big thing to actually kill someone and to just wanting someone to die. But just look, this is irrelevant, right? All around, it's just horrible. It's awful. It's gross. It's disgusting. And I don't think I need to really explain that to you. But that's what I'll say about that group of people and about that experience. But hey, it was a good experience, right? To go up and talk to them. Because it just gave me more awareness about what this situation actually is, right? About how far these people will actually go, the lengths to which they believe what they believe. And if I might say one thing, if I went in there trying to understand their viewpoints, and really all I got is their two biggest things are that they think that they're acting out of religion, that this is like an order from God, right? That that they're Christians and they're supposed to be straight. You're supposed to marry a woman. But the other thing is that they're very strong in their belief of you have to play a role in society. And so, like, women in the kitchen, that's their role in society, though. Women belong in the kitchen. That's what they believe. I disagree, of course, but that's what they believe. And so it goes the same for gay people, that they think that your role in society should be to produce children, and a gay couple can't reproduce, right? So that's really what it boils down to. Is they say that gay people aren't productive for society, um, and that it's basically a sin to be gay. So it's religion and your role in society. That's where their beliefs are coming from. And so if we can understand that, maybe we can chip away at what they think. Maybe we can find a way to change somebody's mind. And so what I'll say to that is, look, gay people can't reproduce, but you can sure as hell adopt, right? If, you can, there's so many children without a home, without a family, that you can take in and raise to have a wonderful life, Gay people can have just as a productive role in society as a straight person, all right? So if you're against gay people because they can't reproduce, maybe consider that they can adopt. And adoption is something that even if you can reproduce, a lot of straight couples adopt, because maybe the woman just doesn't want to go through labor, or maybe for health reasons she can't. But also, maybe they just recognize that there's so many homeless kids, and that, the world is sort of going downhill with climate change and stuff, and there is a debate about whether or not it's worth having kids. I think it is. I think that even though climate change might destroy the planet, I think we have to be optimistic and hopeful, and I think that you should absolutely, if you want to have kids, that you shouldn't let that stop you. I wouldn't let it stop me. So, but that's that's a reason that people will adopt, is they say there's so many homeless kids already. Why would I bring someone else into this world? Let me just save one of these kids and give them a home and give them love and a family. So adoption is a wonderful thing that straight couples and gay couples do, and it's productive for society. So gay couples can still contribute, So I'll say that. And in terms of religion, I'll say that, look, if you really, think that being gay goes against your religion, I mean, God says to love everyone, to love all your neighbors. God does not encourage the hatred of a group of people. He doesn't encourage you to hate someone for being gay. That's not what he's saying in the Bible. But if you really believe it is, then I'll say, well, why does someone have to believe your religion? If you're part of a religion and you think that you shouldn't be gay because of that religion, okay, all right, think it if you want. But why do other people have to prescribe to your religion, right? And if they do, why, and this is my other thing, why are you so mad, right? Why are you so angry? Why does it matter to you? Why does it affect your life, right? Like, I'm mad at them, right? Because that's the counter argument. Is like, okay, well then why are you mad at them? Well, I'm mad at them because they do affect other people's lives. They are the cause of suicide in LGBTQ plus youth and, people of any age that are part of the community. Okay? They contribute to the suicide rate, which is on the rise, I believe. It's sad, but it's very high. And they contribute to deaths, not even suicide, but actually killing people. They contribute to that. Like, they affect the lives. And my brother is gay. I love my brother. So if you, mess with the community, you're messing with my family, and you're not going to do that, okay? I'm not going to let you do that. So I will fight every damn day. I will fight this hate every damn day. Because I'm not just fighting to be a good person or for this community. I'm fighting for my family. All right? And it pains me to say that there's not universal support within my family. Okay? That no one in my family is a straight up bigot. Nobody tells my brother that he shouldn't be gay. But they could be a hell of a lot more supportive. It's one thing to not, tell them they shouldn't be gay, but if they're a family member, you gotta fight for them, all right? Because that's your family. It's someone that you claim to love, and if you claim to love someone, then you will fight for them in whatever they do in life. Okay, so I'm sorry, but if you're not as supportive as you can be, and you know if you're being as supportive as you can be or not. You know that. And if you're not being as supportive as you can be, then I'm sorry, you need to reevaluate your morals and your values. Okay? Because this is your family, someone that you love. And if you love someone, then you love every part of them. And you will fight to make sure that they have the best life that they can have. And that does anger me. That there are people within my family that don't do that and that claim to still be this loving person. And you are a loving person. Everyone, I'm not taking that away from you, but you're not as loving as you could be. And that hurts. That hurts me, and I'm sure that hurts my brother, and that hurts me even more. And that hurts my mom and my dad, and that hurts everyone else in this family. So I just want to put that out there. And this goes to other families too. Okay? If you have a son, a grandson, a cousin, a grandma, a mom, it doesn't matter. If anyone in your family is gay, love that person, because that person, I'm sure, loves you, and that is blood, and that is family. And it annoys me when they don't have that. Because, look, I'm going to transition now into what happened to me the other night, right? I'm going to sort of put the pride stuff to the side for right now. I just want to see how long we've been going here. 41 minutes. Woo! I didn't know that. But, so, I know how important it is to have family support. Not in terms of being gay, but with my mental health issues. And I know that if I didn't have the family support I did, I would be in a much worse place. And I won't lie, maybe I would have self-harmed by now. I might have killed myself. I might not be alive if it wasn't for my family. You don't ever know. I'm not saying I was on the brink of suicide and then they stepped in and stopped it. But I'm saying that I might never have gotten to that point because I had the love and support of my family. If I didn't have that, then who knows what depths I would have sunk to, because I've been in some low places even with their support, and I can't imagine going any lower without it being just incredibly concerning. Excuse me. So I know how important it is, and so that goes for, being gay as well. It's a hard life to live in society. You don't have the universal support that you deserve. And it's on the, we're getting there. A lot of companies are being supportive now, whether that's, to sell products or to just be supportive. They're still sending a message of love, even if it's out of greed. They're still bringing more love, right? And that's a good thing. But there's still a long way to go. And family, you need to be supportive, and you need the supportive family, or else it's making your life a living hell. And I know, I'm making this film Werewolves, and some of the people I've spoken to, they don't have that family support in their own mental health issues. And, luckily they have the means of going to therapy or affording medication on their own. They don't need the support of their family for that, right? They can handle it financially. But what about the 15-year-old kid who can't do that? I'm 21. I wouldn't be able to do that. The only reason I can go to therapy and get medication is, because my family's paying for it. I'm not paying for any of it. Not a dime. And excuse me, I'll take a bite of this food. Hungry as hell. I also want to say that even with insurance, it's expensive. Because my medication is like $3 after insurance. Okay? I could afford that. But what you don't realize sometimes is that you have to go to the psychiatrist to get that. And you have to go to her or him for checkups on that medication. And that, for me, is $300 every time I go. Now, I don't think our insurance it covers that place, or else it would be less. But for me, I view the medication as costing $303 because the psychiatrist and the medication, it's all together. It's all one thing. It's the same form of treatment. So to take medication, you can't take it without the psychiatrist. So all the costs are necessary. So, and then my therapist, again, I don't think it's covered by insurance. We're going to try, but we really don't think it is. That's $195 every single week. Maybe there'll be a day when I can go bi-weekly, but for right now, it's every day. I mean, I might need that, but it's not there. No, every week, once a day, every week, once a week. Can't talk. But it's once a week. And that's, a lot of money. That's $195 plus I go to the psychiatrist maybe once a month. So that's like $195. I can do the math right now. Here, let me do it. Nobody cares, but I'll do it anyway. Because I'm curious. Let me see. If it's $185 times 4 plus, $300, that's over $1,000 a month to get the treatment that I need. That's a lot of frickin' money. Okay? But, it sounds harsh, but it's either that or you really suffer. And you're still going to suffer with it, but, it's on the path to recovery. You're doing this with the hope that one day you'll be okay. Hopefully that day comes. I remain hopeful, trying to be optimistic about things. But yeah, so if you don't have family support, then you can't even get treatment sometimes. And so I'm going to stop that rant there and just say family support is everything. And if you're doing enough or not. And if you're not, fix that. Because it's your job, it's your responsibility, and it's the right thing to do. Okay? Put your politics aside and put your family first. Always. Okay? Cool. And friends too, of course. Family and friends. Now, while on the topic now of mental health, the other night I tweeted about this. I had a very hard night, and it was very concerning. I was actually concerned about my safety for the first time really ever. And I wouldn't say it was like a close call, but I did the right thing, and let me explain. So I was out with a friend, and I'm not going to go into what happened, but there was a bit of a disagreement, and I dropped her off at the end of the night, and then I was driving to my house, right? And again, the disagreement that we had, that wasn't like the cause for this, but it was sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I haven't cried in 10 or 11 years, really. I cried once in the past 10 or 11 years. And it wasn't really out of sadness. It was more just like, I don't know, like, I can't explain that night that I cried, but I really haven't I haven't just been sad and then cried about it for like 10 or 11 years, since my dog died, really. And so I had a lot of emotions bottled up, and this wasn't like that big of a deal, but it was enough to tip the iceberg for me emotionally. It was all I could handle. I couldn't, I couldn't take anything more. This was it. My emotional capacity was full, and I had to just let it all out. And I had no choice. So on my way home, I felt bad. I only made it like 3 minutes from her apartment. I was driving home for like 2 minutes maybe. I didn't make it very far. And I had a very bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Like I would do something. I don't know what, and I can't, it's not like I thought I would self-harm or kill myself, but I just had a bad feeling that something would happen. And I'm behind the wheel of a moving car. So I said, I shouldn't drive if I'm concerned right now. So I pulled over, right, on the side of the road. Luckily, there was a shoulder and everything, and I wasn't on like a highway, so I just pulled over, and I said, I'm going to call a friend. So I called my friend. I knew she would be asleep, and she was, so I was like, okay, let me call another friend. And there was a higher chance that he would be awake than the first person that I called. And he didn't answer though, but I was like, there's just a higher chance that he just missed the call. So I'm going to try again. And I was so desperate for him to answer the phone. I called him like 10 times and he just didn't answer any of them. And this was at 2 in the morning. And eventually I said, there's no one left to call. I'm going to call my mom. So I call her. She goes, hey. I go, hey. She's like, what's up? And I said, like I can't drive home. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I can't drive home. And she says, like, what do you mean? Like what's wrong? And I broke down. I had an emotional breakdown. I started crying uncontrollably. And she said, what's wrong? I just said, it's just so hard. I said, this is just so much. Like, I can't do this. Like, this is just so hard. And she's like, and I said, the medication and the therapy aren't doing anything. I am not feeling better. I'm only feeling worse. Like, nothing is helping. She said, listen, we're going to find something that helps. It's okay. I promise. I've been where you are. My mom has OCD. She was diagnosed, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And she's like, listen, like, I understand. Like, I know. I've been where you are, but it's going to get better. And she talked me through it. And she said, I'm going to come get you. I don't want you to drive. I'm going to come to you. Just stay where you are. She's like, where are you? And I said, I don't know. I pulled over on the road. I don't even know, like, the name of this road. Like, I know how to get home from here, but I don't know how to tell you where I am. She's like, well, I need you to figure out a way to tell me where you are. So I went on Google Maps and I just found the location, which I just, for some reason, didn't realize I could do in the moment, and I texted it to her. She's like, I'm going to wake up Dad, because again, it's 2 in the morning. I was lucky my mom was awake. She's like, I'm going to wake up Dad, and we're going to come and get you, so we're going to drive over, and then he can drive that car home, and I'll get in the car with you, and I'll drive you home. It's going to be okay, just stay where you are. So she said, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So she woke my dad up first of all. She's like, we have to go get him. Like, he's fine. He wasn't in an accident or anything. He can't, he's not in the mood to drive home right now. So she's like, I'm going to go use the bathroom, and then I'm going to call you back, and I'm going to talk to you on the way when we're driving there. I said, okay. So she hangs up to go use the bathroom. And in the period between then and when she called me back, I recorded something on my phone. I recorded a message. I was still crying. I had a breakdown. And I recorded it for use in Werewolves. Because in the moment, I could recognize that this was a moment people needed to see. That me explaining this to you here and me explaining it to anybody, you're not going to get it. You need to see it. You need to have the closest thing to actually being there. And I recorded a message. And I said, this is what's going on right now. This is why I'm feeling this way. Like, I said, look at this. Like, this is what happens. Like, this is what it looks like, right? It was like a 3-minute long video, and I'm going to put it in the doc in Werewolves. And so then my mom calls me back, and at this point I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt so sick. So I get out of the car, and I'm on the phone with her now. I'm like, I just feel like I'm going to throw up. She's like, okay, just don't be in the road. Just get out on, like, the passenger side. So I get out, and I just walk, into the shoulder, and I didn't vomit. It was like it wasn't like a hot night. It was like kind of cool outside. So I think that the breeze and the air, I needed some air. I calmed down, and I'm still crying hysterically. And then, my parents eventually, they come, they find me. And, so by that point I was back in the car. So I get out and I just hug my mom for like a minute straight. She's just like, it's okay. It's okay. And then she gets in the car. She's driving now, and I recorded also. I told her I was going to do this on the phone. It was like, when you come, I'm going to record this because I want to put this in Werewolves. I think this can help people if they see this. And so she said, okay. So I put the phone up like on the dashboard, and I recorded our conversation home. So nothing was scripted. We didn't cater to the fact that it was being recorded. I just recorded any natural things that happened. I just wanted to capture the natural moment. So it's like a 17-minute video. It's like, it took us like, almost 20 minutes to get home. So, I recorded that, and she talked me through it, and I was just crying and saying everything that was on my mind, and she talked me through it. We got home. I stopped the recording. I wasn't going to record everything, but I got a lot of footage that I think can really help other people, and I'm glad that I decided to do that, It's a hard thing to do. It puts you in a very vulnerable place to have this recorded and then to put it in a film. But I think it's what needs to be done. I think it's speaking from my own experience. This is part of what would make me feel better is if I saw other people that if I saw this raw footage from someone else, then it might help me feel more at ease. So I'm glad that I did that. And we got home, and me and my mom, we go in my room, and we laying on the bed, and she's just talking me through her own experiences, and she's saying, listen, she ended the night. She was like, tomorrow, call your therapist and psychiatrist, Rachel and Dr. Hollander, call them tomorrow, okay? Because I think you need a higher dose of medication. Because I'm on 30 milligrams. She's like, I think you need to go up. And I said, all right, I'm just gonna go to bed. She's like, you sure? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too. If you need anything though, I don't need to work tomorrow. Just knock on the door and ask me for help. Like I'm here. My mom is incredible, and so is my dad. But my mom knows more of what it's like, and because she went through similar things herself, and just through talking, me and her, we're not convinced that I don't have OCD. I have depression, body dysmorphia, anxiety, but I think I also have OCD. And so does she, because what I'm going through, she says, is so similar to what she went through. And that just because, I don't wash my hands obsessively, I don't need to touch things a certain amount of times. And she said that she didn't have any of that either, and that for that reason, her doctor also said she didn't have OCD. But then after talking to my mom, she said, oh, you do have OCD. You don't have the compulsions, but you have the obsessiveness of OCD. And I think I'm a very similar case. So the next day I texted my psychiatrist and I emailed my therapist. So I wasn't going to go to therapy this week because Thursday's the 4th of July. So I was like, no, I should be fine. We'll cancel and we'll meet next week. But I emailed her and I said, change of plans. I said, I got to see you. And I explained the whole thing that happened with my friend and how I felt after and what happened. And she said, yeah, so I'm going to go see her tomorrow, Wednesday at 2 p.m. And my psychiatrist said, okay, we're going to up your dose to 40 milligrams starting tomorrow. And this was yesterday. So today was my first day on 40 milligrams. And she said, and after a week for that, if you feel okay, go up to 50 milligrams. And feel okay as in if there's no intense side effects, right? She doesn't mean if you feel better, go up again. It's just okay, if there's no side effects, if your body is handling it well, go up to 50 after a week. And she told me at some point that's not uncommon to go up to 60 with Prozac. And so here's the thing with medication. So I'm getting up there, right, in dosage, which is good. And I think that's really what I need. My mom, I think, was on 20 milligrams to start. And then I think she ended up on 30. And she's a woman and she weighs less and she's shorter. And all these things play a factor, right? Men and women. And so gender or sex and height and weight and everything and age and everything plays a role. So she's like, if I'm taking 30, you should be taking more than 30. And my psychiatrist never denied that. We were just easing our way up. But it got to this concerning point that I was like, can we please raise the dosage now? She's like, yes. So that's what we did. We were always going to raise it to 40 and 50, but it just wasn't going to happen this soon, but it needed to. So that happened, and so I took 40 today, and then next week, on next Tuesday, I'll start taking 50, and then on the 18th, I go to another appointment with her. I see her again, and obviously I see Rachel, my therapist, weekly, so I'm going to her tomorrow. And so that's what happened, and it's been 2 days since the breakdown. That was on Sunday. I got back from Pride, and then I hung out with my friend. And I still feel really bad. I don't feel good. I still feel really depressed. And but I think it's important to be so open about it, because if there's just one person that hears me say this that can relate and makes them feel at least a little better, that's worth it to me. And so, that's why I'm being so open and in depth, because I want you, and that's why I recorded those videos that night, because I want people to know, if you don't experience this, I want you to know what it's like. that I want you to see what's happening. And if you do experience it, I just want you to know you're not alone, but I understand you. You know, I'm going through the same thing. And the way that you feel is so valid. Okay, don't let anyone take that away from you. So that's what happened. It was a very concerning night. It was one of the worst nights of my life in recent memory. Um, and I still am feeling the effects of it. Like, I haven't gotten back to my normal default way of feeling. Like, before that point in the night, I was just feeling my regular amount of depression. I haven't returned to that level yet. My depression is still escalated since then. And look, I'll be honest, this doesn't just involve me, what I'm about to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it very vaguely because it's not completely my story to tell. But what happened with my friend, I'm just going to speak about the effects it had on me. Um, I'm not blameless. Like, nothing I did was intentional, but I did some things that I acknowledge upset her, and I'm very sorry for that. Um, I didn't intend for that to happen, but it still happened, right? It still happened. Whether I meant for it to happen or not, it doesn't matter because in the end, I still upset her, and I still did some bad things. Um, and I own up to that. I take full responsibility for that, and I'm just so sorry. Like, I just feel bad. And look, I don't. She can be upset with me or mad at me, and I would care, but what I care about most is I just don't want to have upset her or to make her angry. I just want her to be okay, and I just feel bad that I had that effect on her, and I still feel bad. I haven't gotten over that. And we had texted since then, and she seems to be better now, and she just needs some time, and I'm going to respect that. And I just hope she feels better, and I'm here for her. I'll always be here for her. She's one of my best friends. That's never going to change. Nothing she can do or say will ever change that. I'll always care about her, and she just needs some time, and I get that. But whenever she's ready to, sort of get back to the way things were, I'm ready as well. But I still just, that affected me. And, I don't mean to play the victim here by saying that, you know, oh, she's upset, but, that made me upset and that's all I'm focusing on. Like, I know that she got, um, flustered about some things. And I'm not trying to say that that's irrelevant. I'm not trying to put the way that I feel above how she feels. But at a certain point, I can also only speak from my own experience, right? Like, I can't really say anything except I'm sorry and I want her to feel better. I can't really speak much else. I can't speak on her behalf, really. I can only speak about how I feel, right? So that's what I'm doing. And that's why I'm sort of talking about that more because it's the only thing I really have the right to talk about. Um, and so I don't mean to play the victim, but I just want to talk through these feelings because I have the right to not feel great after this, and I have the right to talk about my own feelings. And that's all I'm trying to do. Um, and, I'm not going to go into the situation at all. Um, but I feel bad. And I don't mean that as in I feel guilty. I mean, I just feel depressed. I guess I should specify. I feel sad. I just still feel very sad. And I haven't fully gotten over it yet. And I'm not gonna lie, it hurts a lot. Like I'm hurting a lot right now. I'm not in a good place. I don't feel good. I don't feel happy. Yesterday, I felt this intense need to leave the house, so I went to my mom and I said, "Can we like go somewhere?" And she took me clothes shopping and she bought me a bunch of new clothes. This is one of them. This whole outfit I have on today. I love my mom so much. She's so understanding. She's just the best mom any human being could ever ask for. Um, so thank you, Mom, for that. Um, she's amazing. I just said, she said, where do you want to go? I said, can we just go clothes shopping? And she never questioned it. She said, yeah. She goes, I'll buy you some clothes. And I got like 11 or 12 like new clothing items. I pretty much redid my spring wardrobe. She took me to Century 21, which I've never really been to, but it's a great store. Like, this is a $79 shirt that they sell for like $25. Like, their prices are really good. They're such discounted prices. They're amazing. I love this shirt. This shirt is it has like ice cream cones and popsicles, and I love the colors, and uh, clothes make me happy, right? I like dressing the way I want to, and my short sleeve wardrobe just wasn't the way I wanted it to be, and I feel confident when I'm wearing something I like this. Like, I feel confident in this outfit. Like, I could go out and do things in this outfit. It makes me feel good. So I'm so thankful to her. So that made me feel a little better. Yesterday I felt way better than the night before, and that's a low bar. Okay, I fell to the pits of despair the night before. So I felt better, but still really bad yesterday. And the clothes shopping, it helped a little bit, but and then today, though, I still just feel just as bad as yesterday. I'm still a long ways from feeling okay, or I think once my friend feels okay, and once I know that she's feeling better, then I'm gonna feel better. But until then, I'm just still in a place where I'm regretful of my actions and words that day. Um, I wish I didn't do and say what I did and said, and I can't take that back. And I just want things to go back to normal because I miss her. And, you know, I just, until things go back to normal, I'm just not going to feel perfect. Right? And that's not rushing anything. That's not to put any pressure on her or anyone else. I'm not purposefully directing this stream or this, monologue at her. I'm just talking through my feelings, and anyone who can relate, that's the goal here. I'm not intending for her to listen to this and I'm just speaking through my own feelings, and I have the right to do that. So that's what I'm doing. And I just need to be honest and open. We're in the wake of Etika committing suicide, a horrible event. And a big part of that conversation is that he was so open on the internet about his struggle, or not necessarily open, but there were a lot of clues and hints, and he didn't necessarily, it wasn't like such a shocker. Like he was crying for help at points that people ignored and looked past, and that people didn't take seriously. They thought he was joking. And so it's just become ever more evident now that being open about these things is what we need to do, and it's important to take people seriously. So when I say I'm really not feeling great, that's coming from a genuine place. I'm really not feeling great. And so I'm sorry when I do things or say things that I shouldn't do or say, but I just want people to understand that I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get better, and this isn't easy on me. And I'm not saying anyone's thinking it is, but I just want to reinforce how hard this has been for the past 2 years. Or, that's really when this depression hit, was 2 years ago is really when it started. And it has not been easy. It's been very hard, and it's just getting harder. But I remain optimistic. I remain hopeful. And I just, I think there will be a day when maybe I feel okay. I can't envision what that's like. And a big part of me doesn't believe that day will ever come. But I have to remain hopeful that it will. Even if it seems so unlikely. Same thing, like it's unlikely that I was going to change the minds of anyone in that group of bigots. But I had to remain hopeful that maybe I could. Let me try. I can't give up. I have to keep trying. Let me try to talk to this guy, even though I know it probably won't go anywhere. So I might not believe that there can be a day when I feel okay and when my life is the way I want it to be, but I can't give up. I have to just try to get there, you know? And I want to pass that message and inspiration on to you. Try. Please. Keep going. We got this. We're in this together. We can do this, dude. To anyone else who's hurting and struggling, I feel your pain. I know. I know how hard it is. I understand. Your feelings are valid. I know. I get it. I understand you. I know how you feel. I know it's hard. But we can do this. I'm doing it. So just hold my hand and we'll do this together. You know, we got this. Just stay in there. Hang in there. Okay, for me and for everyone else. And one day we will get over this. We need to focus on the future and not on the present. Because right now this just feels horrible. But in the future, one day it won't. Okay, it'll feel better. And we need to aim to get to that day. That's our reach. That's our goal. And so this really helped, this stream. Like, I don't feel any better, but it's just being able to talk openly. It's why I love this stream. Raw Talk. It's just why I love being able to get on here and with a set of topics and just talk. It's therapeutic for me. And whether anybody listens or watches this or not, it doesn't matter to me. Like, of course, I want people to get help from this, but, you know, as long as I can at least just have this therapeutic moment, like, that is the goal. I just want to, I want to feel better, you know? And this helps me. And I hope it helps other people, but if not, at least it's helping myself. Wow. So, that's all I came on here to talk about. I'm not getting off yet. I do want to continue eating though. Oh man. Woo-hoo! I know. I should have said this at the beginning. I never said the words Happy Pride. I talked a lot about Pride. I never said Happy Pride to everybody. To all the people in the LGBTQ plus community, to all the allies out there, just let's celebrate. Happy Pride. I know June is over. It's now July. But, you know, I'm not going to not do this stream just because it's not Pride Month anymore because, honestly, like, Just Steven, he sent a funny thing in the Discord, which is like Pride Month, companies entering July, and it's like this, like, you can join the Discord if you want. Oh, speaking of which, let me finish what I was saying. It's really funny. It's like, there we go. Yeah, I forgot about that overlay. My bad. But it shows like a rainbow going into like the cube thing, and then like it's like a black line coming out. And that's the point. Is like, even though we're in July, it doesn't mean that the conversation around Pride has to end. Like, let's keep it going. Like, let's keep this good feeling going. Like, so what if it's not June? It's not technically Pride Month. Every month it's Pride Month. Every day is Pride Day, or at least it should be. So at the bottom on this overlay, I have Discord. There's a Discord. It's Despoto Films, and so is my Twitter and Instagram. So you can follow me on there and join the Discord. Join the conversation. Werewolves is going great. I know I posted that video about it. So one of the group members I had to let go from the group. Hopefully he will still be a part of the project, just not the main group, because he's just far too busy. I wasn't made aware, or if I just misunderstood how busy he was. It's just not going to work. So I told him that, and I actually haven't heard back, but I had to make a decision. I had to step in as director and say, this isn't going to work. So there's 5 people in the group. The original plan was for 5 to 7, so we're still within the range. You know, 5 is completely fine. and we still have diversity in pretty much all areas, and race and gender, and where you came from, like where you originally lived, in mental illness and why those illnesses are there. We have a lot of diversity still, which is so great. Wait, I actually just want to fix this because I know it's hidden here too. I don't know why that's hidden at all. That's so weird. But anyway, like I didn't do that. I don't remember doing that. But oh, I did a stream that wasn't part of Raw Talk. I was like, I'm just talking, and I took it off. Yeah, see, I know. I remember now. That stream's deleted. I didn't. It was like a 10-minute stream. I deleted it. But yeah. So anyway, that's that. Werewolves is going well. There's 5 of us, and probably. Let me check my email right now, see if I heard back from anybody else. But I'm aiming for our first get-together to be on June 12th, July 12th. Not June. July 12th that's a Friday. That's what I'm aiming for. Several people have gotten back to me and said, yeah, I can make that. I can do that. I'm still waiting to hear back from everyone. Just need to hear back from 2 people. One of which I'm positive will be free. And the other one, I'm not sure, but probably. I hope so. So, I'm trying to coordinate everybody's schedules. But that'll probably be the first get-together next week. That'll be really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so Werewolves is going well. I'll keep y'all updated. There probably won't be too many more video updates about it. Like, it'll mostly be like I'll talk about it on here or in a Facebook post or a tweet or something. But in terms of an actual video being made, that'll be saved for... The next one I do will probably be to talk about crowdfunding, which is what I'm going to try to do. So, we've reached the middle of the show. What do I do now? I'm fat. I'm like eating. What I want to do is product recommendation time. And it's more of a service today. I want to really extend the biggest possible shout out to the graphic designer that I work with. Everything you see here, except for this, like this stuff here, she designed all of this. And the best thing, like you can see like this logo and this logo and this logo and this logo, they're all like so different from each other. But, so like she has such a wide range of talents. Like this is a mascot logo, which is going to run you about $25 extra, and it might take a little bit longer. But these logos here, you could get these made if you really want for like $5. Like it's so cheap. I mean, you're going to want to probably... If you want all like the finished files, and if you want, the 3D mock-up and stuff, then you might be looking at $20 to $30. If you want the social media kit, that's another like $15. But I've never paid more than $45, and I've pretty much gotten everything. Like I've maxed out orders and still only paid like $45, and I've gotten like an entire social media kit and all these things, and so it's really great. She's just such a great graphic designer. So I want to show you her page on Fiverr. That's where I use her. Her name is, the account name is Ashley Graphics. I tweeted out the link to this, and I, on Facebook and all that as well. This is her. Wait, let me swallow it. Okay, so this is my the review. I just posted this one today. This was for the revisited logo right here. I said I've used several graphic designers on Fiverr, and Ashley is hands down the best. Her prices are incredibly fair, and she's extremely dedicated to making sure you're satisfied with the finished result. I've placed 8 orders with her so far, and have no plans to switch to anybody else anytime soon. And I'm a total perfectionist. If I was even slightly unhappy with her quality, I would find someone new. But I've never been disappointed by her results and continue to be impressed with her wide range of talents and abilities. I highly recommend this seller. Some reviews other than me. Best designer on Fiverr. Extremely satisfied as always. This one here. 7 orders in. Of course this is me, man. 7 orders in, and Ashley still hasn't disappointed. She's flat out amazing. Highly recommend. That was for the mascot logo. This one right there. This is for the Raw Talk logo. Um, It's always a pleasure working with Ashley. She pays very close attention to what the buyer wants and works very hard to revise any initial concepts until you are completely satisfied. I've used her for 4 logos to date, and the results have always been fantastic. I have no plans to use any other graphic designer anytime soon. Ashley is my #1 go-to. Wonderful seller, very helpful, very fast, knowledgeable. I recommend her work. And these are some of her other logos. Like you can see, like these are very different from each other. I mean, some of them are similar, of course. But like this, it's such a different kind of logo than like this, you know. And so she has a wide range. We'll do business again. Seller helped create what I was looking for. Thank you. Extremely fast, dependable, beautiful design, great communication, best designer in Fiverr. Excellent job. Highly recommend. Very talented. She will not disappoint. A wonderful seller. Very helpful. Very fast, knowledgeable. I recommend her work. She's great. She has 4.8 out of 5 stars with 306 reviews. And some people probably don't even review. So that's like more orders than that. It's like over 300 orders. She has a 4.8 out of 5. I know on Fiverr sometimes, like, if you don't have 5-star, people will, like, freak out. There's always going to be people who are dissatisfied with something. Okay, 4.0 is great. She's from Sri Lanka. She's a freelancer. She's has 6 years of experience in logo design. She studied graphic design from the Academy of Art University here in America. So she's here to fulfill your requirements and make my success to provide a better service to Fiverr. So, you know, she speaks English. You don't gotta worry. She's really great. She's great. I love working with her so much. She's so fast and so cheap. You know, like here, like you can go here, right? And look, premium, right? So if you want like the most expensive package, $30, right? So you got 3 initial concepts, 3 different designs. You get stationary designs. So if you want like print on stuff, you get 24-hour delivery, which she sticks to. It is genuinely 24 hours. Unlimited revisions. You get all file types. You get your Photoshop layered file. You get a 3D mock-up. You get the vector file, the source files, high resolution. It's always great quality. Like, just look. Like, there's such different, you know, designs. But she's just so good at all of them. I've always been pleased with her results. So you got all that, the most expensive package for $30, and then if you want your social media kit, I think that's like an extra 15. So that's going to bring you to 45, and then they usually charge Fiverr charges like a $2 fee, right? Like that Fiverr, like I don't know, they just charge a fee. So that's like 47. Under $50, you can get like everything you need, you know. And then I recommend you tip her as well, which still it would be like $50, like for everything. It's amazing. She's so great. So I'm going to put the link in the description of this stream as well. But it's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Please use her. There's no reason not to. Like, she's cheap. And the results are amazing. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I know what I want. And I will not stop until you give me what I want. That sounds really bad. In terms of logo design, okay? But, no, like, I know what I'm looking for, and, like, you know, I know what logo I want, and if she didn't do a good job, I would have no reason to praise her. Like, I can find someone else maybe for a little bit more money, but if they do a better job, they do a better job. And I would go with somebody else, but she just does not disappoint. She does not disappoint. So go over, check her out, and, no, I'll give a disclaimer. Sometimes you have to work with her a bit. You know, sometimes she'll give an initial concept that you might not like at all. But if you tell her that, she'll change it. Like, she'll just do a whole new thing. And then, like, she won't stop until you get, you know, until she gets it the way that you want it. And she doesn't, like, charge extra for that. Like, you can just keep going and just work with her. And you will get to somewhere you like. So don't give up on her. Just you have to work through a little bit, but you have to also understand, like, nobody knows your vision right away. Like, she's not gonna know automatically like what you want, so it's gonna take a little experimenting, and she's more than willing to do that experimentation. So I highly recommend her. I couldn't recommend her more. I don't think you're gonna find someone ever anywhere that is cheaper than her, and it just so happens that the quality is, honestly, she could be charging more than she is for the quality that she gives. So I recommend her. Cool. So that's that. So yeah, we've reached the last chunk of the show. So this is when anyone in the chat, anyone in the stream now, if you want me to do something, I can do it or talk about it. Doesn't look like there's anyone in the chat. ATM at the moment. So usually I'll default to playing a game. So I'll play a game. What game should I play? I don't want to do Apex because it's gonna lag. I have to optimize settings for that. Well, let's see. I could hit up The Sims. Yeah, let me do The Sims. I'm gonna continue my Sims saga. Alrighty. I have some pretzels and hummus too. My mom bought these pretzels. They are Utz brand butter waffle shaped pretzels. And when they say butter, yeah, they're not messing around. It's literally like eating a stick of butter. Like they are buttery. Gotta update The Sims, it looks like. God, it feels like I'm just eating a stick of butter. I think it's a little too much, to be quite honest. But put some hummus on. Like, they're good, but it's really buttery, so. How long have I been going? An hour and a half. Alright, so I'll play, I'll try to make these maybe like 2 hours long, these streams, so. I'll go to, 2 hours. I'll play this for like a half an hour. So around like 6 o'clock-ish, I'll probably be getting off. Bro, come on. Hurry up. Updating queue, preparing. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure nothing else was... Because I knew Apex was updating, so... I had to make sure it wasn't, like, waiting for Apex to finish, but it looks like it queued it, so... I'm gonna, while I'm here, put this link in the description. Just gonna link to, I just want to link to her page. I don't want to link to like her specific gig. Here we go. Can I just, there we go. Copy. I love this banner. I really like it. How do I do this? I have like a new... Yeah. Okay. There's her link. So if you're interested, it's worth checking out. Okay. Here we go. 11%. We're going places. 12%. Oh, Ginny, what the hell did you get there? Want a little something? Here. Not too much, okay? Sit. Not too much. You just get a little piece, okay? I don't want your belly to hurt. I don't want you to get sick. Okay, you don't want to get sick, right? You don't want to get sick, right? Right? Hmm? We all talk like freaks when we're talking to dogs. Looks like this is taking 7 minutes and 48 seconds. I want to, that's fun. I want to extend my thanks to anyone who watches, right? Like, Steven, love you, man. But Potato Toe, one of the first people to really start watching, and I mean, anyone who watches right now is still one of the first, but she is so nice. I was feeling really bad last night, and she always says, like, hey, if you want to talk to me, just hit me up on Twitter. So I DM'd her on Twitter. I was just like, hey, how are things going with you? And, whatever. She's like, good. How are things going with you? And I was just like, honestly, not too great. And she talked me through it. She talked to me and helped me, and it's easy, like, she's not just a viewer, Like, I consider her a friend, and Steven, I consider him a friend as well. And it's really cool to have a viewer become a friend. Just to meet someone. Like, I think, I'm going to put this on the full screen for now. I think that the internet is one of the greatest inventions. And sometimes I go back and forth in that because of all the pain that it brings, and all the hate that comes with it, and it has its downfalls. But at the end of the day, it has connected us on a new level that we would have never been able to connect on. And it allows people who maybe don't have the support of their family in something to find that support in people online. Just, you can meet people that you never would have met, Potato Toe lives in, like, Indonesia. I never would have met Potato Toe. And yet, she's a cool person that I can talk to because the internet exists. It's such an incredible invention, and I think the pros outweigh the cons, honestly. And if the internet didn't exist, there would be cons to that too, which people forget. It's not like if the internet has cons, but it's not like if it didn't exist, that wouldn't have cons. Like, there would be cons to it not existing. So, I was just thinking about last night. I was like, this is just so cool, and I'm so thankful that people care. It's not many people that follow me, but the people that do stick around, and they're cool people. And the internet is a wonderful place. I just love it. Meeting people like I've met makes it all worth it. So, we give it crap sometimes, but when you really stop and think about it, it's worth it. It's wonderful. I dropped a paper towel. Hang on. I gotta pick it up. $59, $60. I had an idea to make, like, the Trump administration in Sims, like, to, like, make the White House, and then to just, like, make all the characters, all the cast and crew. They have a great cast, great ensemble cast, very entertaining show. Ginny, you're like rabid. Calm down. Do I come up? Do you want people to see you? Is that what you want? Come here. Bring you up. Come on. Come on. You can't have hummus. You can't have that. That's not for you. Want a pretzel? I'm gonna give you a whole one. I'll give you half. Half a pretzel. Ginny also, like, I love this little mutt. I love her so much. Like, when I got home that night, when my parents drove me home and I was like feeling really bad and I was just crying, like she was there for me, man. She knew. She knew I needed her and she was by my side the whole night. Just she was there. She didn't leave my side. Um right? She's my best friend. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do without you, Jenny. I don't know what we would do. We wouldn't be running a presidential campaign without you, Jenny. Yeah, new Ginny 2020 video should be coming out relatively soon. I have to film it and stuff, and shouldn't be too long. No, we're gonna have a couple years of this. Like, it's gonna take us up to 2020. So, like, it's gonna be more than a year. So we gotta pace ourselves, you know. We can't have like 5 videos out every single week, you know. But I really wanted to launch before the debates, the first debates. So that's why we started now. But we're easing into that, right? $99. Okay. Now, I'm not sure. I raised the desktop volume because I was watching back the Etika stream with, you know, the J Station thing. And the volume for that was like a little low, but I'm not sure if I'm playing a game, like if now it's going to be too high. So I'm going to look on my phone. I'm going to just make sure that it's not too high. I want to find a good balance. I didn't raise it that much, but, you know, raised it a teensy bit. I like when something says it's 100% done and then it takes like 10 more minutes. Finalizing. Like, bro, what are you finalizing? You said you were done. I'd much rather this finalizing stage just be included in the percent. Like when it says 90%, it's really done and then it's finalizing. And then when it gets to 100, like, you know, they just all include it, like include it all in one. That'd be cool. That's what I would prefer. This is just annoying. It's like a tease. How about you open now? Update available. Yeah, you did that. May 31st, really? It's been a long time. Wait, updating queue. Nah, you're done. This is... Here, get that out of it. You'll lose all your... Oh, no. I guess not. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I wasn't sure if this was slowing it down or all. Like, just existing. I don't know. I guess you realize, like, I'm not even on this screen, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me switch it back. See, it says finalizing. And Apex is in queue, so I wasn't sure if that was slowing it down. I was going to cancel it, but then it's like, well, then you lose all your progress. I know it's only 2%, but it's like, alright, whatever, I'll leave it. Here we go. Open. Play. Oh, so since I have the revisited logo finally complete, all the thumbnails are done. Got them. Let me see how loud this is. I'm just going to keep talking. All the thumbnails are done. I'm going to talk over the sound of the game.
Let me see how loud this is.
I'm going to talk over the sound of the game. Just going to keep talking. This is annoying. Oh god, the echo. I think it should be alright. I'm not listening to that anymore. It's just annoying. Alright. Load game. This one. This sim literally looks nothing like me. Like, it has the features of me, but they all just look better. Despoto. Why is it called Despoto? Like, I know I put my, like, why is it just saying my last name? I guess, I don't know. I'm really bad. I don't know how to play this game. Like, I don't have a house. I have rooms of a house. Here, look, like just in a field. So what am I up to today? I look pensive. Go jogging. Push the limits. No, I don't think I want to do that. Alright, you know what? No, stop. Stop. You're trying to... If you're me, you shouldn't be reading about outfits. Change into nude. Oh god, no! They don't even give you underwear. No, like, put it back. Wait, stop. Okay, there we go. That was something. I'm happy. Oh, that's not accurate. That's not right. Alright, so let's see. What can I go do? Can I, like... Oh, there's kids here. Okay, it said... Remember last time I tried to, like, play it? Oh, this thing. You can only do this while there are kids playing on the jungle gym? Well, there are. Isn't this the jungle gym? There's little kitties there. Alright, let me go socialize. Let me go talk to this person. Rude introduction, funny introduction. Run! Wait, what? Go. Very uncomfortable. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I didn't mean to... That's what I want to do. Yeah, like, come over, come over. Okay, here. Friendly introduction.
Ooh, beat Tosh.
How do I
Chile.
rotate?
Merkel Zira? Gotta. Canathoi
Bisha.
Narble.
Free
Milshava.
Bono. Doyum Galeb. Mirvalis.
Yeah, this is pretty accurate to realize.
Kessinarb. Lunay. Ubreg.
Benchwi Kabaya? Yebs. Shamagra. Subli.
I got her number?
Bruhana.
She doesn't like flies.
Trip. Cheflet. Malafoy. Yeah.
Hey! I got a number. I think, right? I took my phone out. Seems like that's what that would mean. Unless I'm wrong. Could be. Really don't know. I really want to play on this thing. I want to play as a sea monster. And I don't get it, because isn't this... Wait, if that's not the jungle gym, then what... This isn't the jungle gym, right? Like... So what is the jungle gym? I don't know. Oh, I can only go in like this 10 by 10 cube. Okay. It's limiting. It's limiting. But that's okay. So what can I do? I can't do anything. Or can I just not look farther? Like if I walk over here, can I go? Let me try it. I'm just curious. Where am I? Like how long is this gonna take? Maybe I should speed this up. Where's the button to speed things up again? Here we go. Okay. Onward. Yeah, see, it looks like I can't go this way at all. That's odd. Okay, well, whatever. What's happening? No, stop. Play. I've just been standing here for like 8 hours. Use bathroom. Public bathrooms. That's not good. That's not gonna go well. Wait, did that make me happier? A pleasing environment could put a sim in the mood. Yeah, nothing like a good old public bathroom to put a sim in the mood. Let me make a friend. Hang on. Pizza delivery guy? Hurry up. He's gonna leave. Hurry up. I like how he waits, though. He's like, oh, I see him coming.
Kaloo, Chifa.
Reki Chef Marmu. Renard Merves Drobel. Arpanaya Bonangrabe.
Smaps
Kisnoy.
Woony, Hinawanu. Derbna Treyu. Blange Farben. Duga Sibar. Sorb.
Wafatub Fibose. Jewel. Yedumsa Legenzo. Bene. Ha Nilshaba. Tomarimple. Miaxa Ibamakanurf. Flari Griha. Galba Limna Glenk.
Yips.
Stumsig Salunga.
Why is it?
Nave Bamba Yups.
Olakuma Fej. Yimple.
Wait, he's leaving. Go back. Why is he still? He was like, he was like talking to himself. Oh no, what's going on? I didn't tell him to do this. The hell? Did I tell him to go over here? Wait, what? What is that? Uncomfortable. What did I do? Most Sims hate being surrounded by filth and squalor. Well, I didn't tell him to put it there. I didn't throw... A trash can is required to clean this up. Well, why did I make the mess in the first place? Y'all saw that. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, go look for some frogs. Why am I on... That's just the most random thing. Who's this? Looks like an old woman. It says flirty. Oh, now I'm fine because I found a frog. Or whatever. Can I cook? Here, let me grill some stuff. Here, let me talk to her. Wait, come here. Wait, stop. You know what? I don't like the way she's walking. Rude introduction. Rude. She's gonna hate me. Oh no, stop. That's like too rude.
So, Bumida Fueno. Mesca. Moose. Ula, Bentrip, Zigafe. So,
Wait, are we getting along? I can't tell.
Vina.
Sure, Steepa. Zoom zip. Boop boop. Hot creature.
She's like, what?
Oh.
Shisna.
We hate each other.
Panabi. Renik was sore. Sikaloo, Hanif. What's up, the Clonor?
Want to play catch?
Belushi.
Let's seem to go, honestly, not as bad as I thought. Where are you going? See, I'm not telling him to do these things. Alex's new skill in cooking will allow him to prepare delicious, straightforward classics. Yum. The higher the skill level, the more recipes become unlocked. Oh, I'm hungry. I've become ravenous in 24 hours. Okay, so let's go eat that. Is that a hot dog? How do you like it? No? Not good? Why do I look miserable? This is actually me. Like I'm like shoving food down my throat when I don't even like it. Why is he actually me? Look, he looks miserable. It looks like this is the last thing he'd rather be eating. Okay, well... Cleaning frenzy. What's he gonna clean? Alex is neat. Neat Sims are deeply uncomfortable in a cluttered home, but thankfully are happy when cleaning and can clean house. Alright, so go do some cleaning. Clean the... Go home. Just go home. Just go home, dude. Just go to bed. Where's my house? Oh, yeah. I'm energized. Alright, time to clean. Energized that? No, I want to clean. How do I want to clean. How do I clean? Exercise. Alright, sure. Push-ups. Oh, I'll see if this character can do push-ups, because I can't. Oh, look at him go! Yo, he's like good at them, too. Like, that's like a... Well, the form could be a little better. I think his, like, hips could come up a little bit. How long is he gonna do? Okay. Did I just do crack or something? Like, it seems like I'm, like... Film. Okay, yeah. Energized jog. Let's do it. Get up. Put that book down. Disgusting. This just looks sad. Oh wait, I want to ruin their day. Rude introduction. Like, I'm never going to do this in real life, so this is the only shot I have. Look, like he's trying to, like, get something. No, stop. 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 Stop jogging. Actually, let me do it to him. Wait. No, stop. Rude introduction. Go here. Come on. Okay. Stop the jogging. I don't want to do this anymore. Stop. Okay. Come over here. Rude introduction to the guy. Okay. Here I am. I'm doing it to her. Oh no. What? He really becomes a jerk. He's like annoying. And this guy's like, what?
Yamsaprita, Grump Tebow.
Narfa. Fazu Wiftanebe. Smurgs.
Smurgs.
Unga.
Tenabib Bolinga. Nervous Yapik, huh? Moochie Peachy.
So.
Goange. Uh-huh. Shem.
It's an old computer.
Planeet?
Uncomfortable, that's great. Oh, look, it's 6 o'clock. I'll be going for almost 2 hours. So what I'm gonna do... Let me do one thing here. No, you know what? I have to find a happy video. I'm gonna head over to Facebook and do that. So, hold up. I'm gonna exit this game. Save and exit, sure. I don't know what I'm saving, but... Okay, and I will leave this as it is. Let's head over to Facebook. Or actually, we'll put it back here. Let's see what we got. Let's find a happy video. Let's find a good old video. What is this? Is this happy? I need a happy video. People are counting on it. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Found it. This is adorable. Here we go. Look at this. Ah! It's a little goat. He's drinking the dog's holding the bottle. Listen up. Look at them. The dog looks like he's like, yo, like, what am I doing? Like, why'd you shove this bottle in my mouth? It's so cute. That's adorable. Well, hope that made you feel good for a second. Can we do another one? Let's do one more. Well, these are too long, though. Alright, you know what? We'll skip out on that. Alright, well, you know what? Talked about it a lot today. Or talked about it a little bit, but we talked about it extensively. So the last thing to do would be to leave y'all with a quote to go about your days and weeks and hopefully inspire you to do something positive in your life or in the world. So Jenny, I'm sorry I have to get up. I have to go get the book, Jenny. I have to read a quote from the book. Yeah, I have to read a quote from the book. Come on, you can read it with me. Come on, you can read the book. Okay. So, random page. Boom. I don't like this one. Boom. Every revolution was first a thought in one man's mind. By Ralph Waldo Emerson. Very true. Every revolution was first a thought in one man's mind. Bam! Take that with you wherever you go. And go do some good. Alrighty. I'm going to hop off. It's been about 2 hours. It's been fun. You know, I'm hanging in there, and everyone else, encourage you to do the same. We got this. We're going to get through this together. So, alrighty. Thank you all for coming through. Peace and love to you all. I'm out.